So it's choppin'. It's your boy Lil Tal. This gonna be a video all about me. I think the Lord gave me this idea to make another about me video. Really get me to be more open and help y'all get to know me and who I am. So my name is Tavis. Some people call me Tal. Some people call me Lil Tal. Some people call me Sir Carter. No, I'm just playing. Don't nobody call me it. But I like to call myself that when I get fresh or get sharp, or I put that stuff on. It's like a little, just a little name I like to call myself. But I go by a lot of names. But whatever y'all call me, cool. As long as you don't call me late for supper. So, you watching me, and you probably wondering how I got into even doing this, doing YouTube. What was my plan behind all this? What was my plan behind creating these videos that I like so much? Did it just start off with me just having fun, or was it something I felt like I was called to do? Like it was both. I know it was both. I know the Lord called me to be an influencer, but also I found a love for this that I didn't know I really had. And the funny thing is, like, it started all the way back when I was just on Snapchat, Snapchat, making videos, recording, having rants. If you know me from then you know.
Choppin', y'all. I'm enjoying the beach right now, y'all. Beach pretty cool. I don't think I'm getting no darker. I done put sunscreen only on my face. I ain't put it on the rest of my body, y'all, because I really don't care. I got in the ocean. I ain't do no swimming, of course. Now we finna eat, they finna grill. It really took us too long to get out here. By the time we got out here, it wasn't even hot for real. I thought it was gonna be like super hot. But once you get in the water and stuff, it be straight. I think we leave tomorrow. And yeah, back to our normal life until this weekend. We going to Chicago, baby.
People started to recognize me from TikTok. Literally walking up to me in the stool. They was walking up to me in Cobalt. Bro, I know you from TikTok. I seen your TikToks. I seen you on TikTok. And it got crazy, and it's like, it was a strange feeling, but I liked it, Literally the same day somebody told me that, God gave me this shirt that said influencer on it. And it was the first time he told me my purpose.
What countries would you like to travel to in the future? Countries I like to travel to. I don't really care to travel out the country, y'all, because the country's so big. It's 50 states, and I ain't been to most of them. So I don't really think or have a country in mind right now of where I would want to travel. And also, it's just not many places that like niggas. I just gotta be honest. I don't know too many places outside of the U.S. that like niggas. But if I just had to say somewhere, Canada, I guess, because it's right here. You feel me? I ain't gotta go too far. But I don't know. I don't really think about going out the country, to be honest with y'all. Again, shout out all y'all who asking questions. I appreciate y'all for real. All right, the next question is, what is your walk with God like? So, I say it's good. Like, it's good, y'all. And I never realized how much I done changed. I haven't realized how much I've changed and really followed God until I realized it's not a day, not minutes or hours go by that I don't think about God at some moment. You know what I'm saying? I could go days, weeks, months probably without thinking anything about God, y'all. But it's every day I wake up, I think about God. So how was the ride, y'all? How was the ride? Yeah. Nigga, you gotta say some words, nigga. Alright, so what are y'all expecting from this trip? What's your idea of how this trip is gonna go?
Don't know really know what to expect. Everybody out here feel like a bot.
Maximize the time, you know?
Make up for lost time and traffic.
Definitely, God. I talk to God. I listen for His voice every day, and that's not to say my relationship automatically good with Him, but I'm. This is just going to say how far I've come, and mainly because I know He the reason for everything I have, and I can't do it without Him. I can't post a video without Him. I struggle to be creative without Him. I struggle to do anything without the Lord and speaking to Him. I get frustrated. My head get foggy. I can't come up with ideas. It's like I can't think straight when I'm not right with the Lord. So, relationship lately been great, man. All right, what's something you want to change in the next 2 years or so? One thing I want to change is what's something I want to change? My posting. I want to post way more frequently. I want to post more frequently and just be more active. And I want to get my weight up, y'all. I've been wanting to gain weight for a while now. Not that I haven't, but like it's just I've been struggling. Bro, this is some ice cream, bro.
Daddy's butter.
You're welcome. I got the jerk chicken omelet with hash browns, and we got a breakfast sample.
Chicken fajita omelet.
So I went to Middle Tennessee State. I'm not currently in college. I didn't finish, so I guess y'all can say I'm a dropout. But well, I guess I am. But the Lord had better plans for me.
The tallest building in the world designed by a woman. This is the Trump International Hotel and Tower, jutting and
What you think about the bean?
Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool, guys. Come visit.
Your thoughts on the bean? Was it worth it?
Underwhelming.
Underwhelming? Alright. My thoughts on the bean is it's a bean. I don't really know why this is such
Oh, he just fell.
Dang.
The reason I dropped out, God wanted me to come back home. Around the time I end up giving my life back to God, y'all, God told me it was time for me to go home. And in short, that's what happened to MTSU. It was just time for me to leave. And I knew it wasn't for me because I didn't want to leave MT. I wanted to give school another shot. I still want to give school another shot, you know. This time around, I'm going to be more focused. I'm going to be ready to show who I am academically. I was going through so much at the time. I wasn't myself. Like when I think about that, me, I don't even recognize that dude. You know, I don't even recognize that dude. This guy that's talking to you right now is a whole different guy. He smiled a whole lot more.
So we on our way to this pizza spot, y'all. What's the pizza spot called? You can walk.
Portfolio.
We on the way to Portfolio Pizza. I think that's what it's called. We don't know, but hopefully it be good. Chicago known for its pizza and hot dogs and whatnot. I don't know. They known for dogs, right? Them chili dogs. What Big Charles like right there. Big Charles like them hot dogs. Oh, get Big Charles to cook for Chris and them. Man, the pizza place was packed, y'all. Them folks got reservations to. They ain't got an open reservation to what, July 18th? 23rd, my fault. July 23rd. But we're gonna go to Flight Club right here.
This where
We're gonna go to Flight Club right there. Yeah. This junk look fun. It look like that time we went to.
we're gonna go custom make our own pair of Air Force Ones. I kind of want to do Jordan ones, but Tab want to do Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
I really want to go back and just prove, not to necessarily anyone or anybody, but to myself, that I got this and I could have did it then. I started to isolate myself. Well, I wouldn't say I isolated myself, but I was called to this type of isolation, and it was a strange place. It was a strange place for me. It was just me and God, and I had never been just me and God. I was going back to a familiar place, and I had grown with God and grown to know God and His character and who He was. He walked with me. He just listened to me. No matter how many rants I went on, how much I talked, He was always a listening ear. No matter what happened, God was listening, you know. And He became that person that He took away, that person that was isolated, that person that I was. I knew this was the place I was gonna grow with God. This was the place I was gonna get to have God roots grow deep in me.
So apparently, y'all, the train don't run all night. I just assumed the train run all night, and so now we stuck downtown. And where is it? Where our hotel is where? In Schwarzenberg, and we stuck downtown. You go to what? Update, guys. We end up finding the train. This is probably the last train. I don't know what we was gonna do. I'm not doing this with them tomorrow. They gonna find their own way back. I don't care if they got an Uber. Train all the way.
What would you like to reflect on your future children? To my son, I would want to reflect, well, to both of my kids, I would want to reflect the importance of fleeing from lust, sexual immorality, fleeing from fornication. The wisest man in the Bible failed to lust. The strongest man in the Bible also failed to lust. And I know I'm neither of the two, you know. And if lust can take them down, imagine what it could do to you. Stress the importance of how damaging lust can be in your life. And I know a bunch of men who don't flee from lust, who can't run from it. Lust got them wrapped around her finger. If they don't chase money, they chase women. To my daughter specifically, something I would want to tell her is I would stress the importance of finding a man of God. One day she's gonna want a date, she's gonna want a boyfriend, she's gonna want a husband. And I know if she find a man of God, she'll be alright. And I want her to be with somebody who loves the Lord more than he loves her. That's when I'll know she found the right man, and I just want to express the importance of her finding it. So what advice would I give to the brokenhearted? The advice that I would give to the brokenhearted is to seek God. Seek God as much as you can. A lot of times when people get brokenhearted, they often start to seek to feel that broken heart. They'll do it with drugs. They'll do it with drinking. They'll do it with partying. Anything they can do that take their mom off their heartbroken. They'll go get another person. They'll go be with somebody else just so they don't have to deal with the feelings and the things that went wrong in the last relationship.
I really like what they send there. That's really cool. Yeah, you put the rocks in there. Chat, should I get one? Should I try?
And all that, they'll go replace the person they lost just so they can feel that void and they won't have to feel that pain. But I tell you, that's worse. That's just as worse, because you're not healing, you're coping. You're not healing, you're coping. Seek God and ask God to feel what you were missing in that person. You were putting that person over God. And when it all came crashing down, Now you go scrambling looking for something to feel that, but only God can feel what you're missing. And a lot of people go person to person to person to person. They go drug to drug to drug. They get drunk as they can every night. But when it all come down, when it all boil down, and when you get sober again, you still feel all that pain. So I tell any person who's brokenhearted, that's seeking God, God is close to the brokenhearted. Don't cope with it. What I did was distract myself, like we all do. We try to work, we try to get money. Oh, if I just get this money, I'm gonna be alright. So you work like crazy. I was still in that same sinkhole I was in because I was coping with it. I wasn't trying to get healing, but God heals. Matter of fact, one day I was taking a test in gym class, and it was like a test to find out if you were depressed or not. You get a score, and the score said I was depressed, but I was like, man, I ain't depressed. I know I'm not depressed. And my friend next to me, she was like, you depressed? And I was like, nah. So I took it again. I was for real this time, and it still came out that I was depressed.
Upstairs or downstairs neighbors, that sort of thing. Now that was the tallest building in the world designed by a woman.
This ain't
when it was
even
completed
terrible.
in 2009. But as we know, Jeannie Yang came back, smashed her own record 11 years later. Quite gets old as we pass underneath to South of Lakeshore Drive. Is from the Chicagoland area, kind of a hometown hero around here. She's got 2 buildings in the Chicago city skyline. Times in postmodernism, architects bring in different walks of life other than architecture in a symbolic.
I don't think I'm depressed, because when you think of depression, you think of suicide, you think of all this other stuff, cutting yourself and, not liking yourself. You don't think you look good, you think you ugly and stuff like that. That's what I thought when I thought about depression.
What you doing, bro? 5 off for $12?
Go buy me a big teddy bear.
Go with me. Of course.
It's a rainbow flow. You heard that? You see how she slipped that in? She slipped that in. That's easy too, ain't it? Tell him. Tell him, man. Come on. That's alright. That's alright. We got it. Focus. These East Bulldog days. You a Bulldog. Ugh.
That's a bucket, bro.
It's all good, bro. It's all good, bro.
God spoke to me one day that I don't think I'm a good person. I haven't really ever thought about myself as a good person, and it surprised me because my looks, I never thought I wasn't handsome. I never thought I didn't dress good. I knew those things for sure, and there's nothing nobody could tell me differently. But I didn't think I was a good person, which kind of was wild to me because then I thought about it and it made sense. Man, I know all the stuff I done did, all the stuff I done ever got away with, all the bad things I done got away with, or things I done did that I'm not proud of, I know about, even if nobody else know about them. And I know some of the stuff I did was wrong, bad, even. And if people find out, they probably look at me differently, but they don't know, and I know. And that kind of, that shook me. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that shook me.
Alright, so what's chopping, y'all? Let's switch up the spot for this question. I just felt like the scenery should be better. Bro asked me what was the most traumatic experience I had that made me realize I need to lock in. So, the most traumatic experience I done had, I would say, is probably my last relationship ending. That was probably most traumatic for me. Being, how that was really like the straw that broke the camel back for me. Well, that really made me realize I need to turn to God, basically. And that made me realize God was there for me. It started with me when I stopped playing football, right? That was like an identity crisis for me. I really lost who I was, because up until then, that was my identity. That's who everybody knew me as, you feel me? That took a toll on me. Other people probably thought it was just, oh, you just done playing sports and that was that. But that really did some
mental damage to me, because up until then, I was known as Tavis the football player, right? So then after that, COVID hit. COVID was hard for everybody, right? COVID hit, and then I lost one of my friends. Like, he ain't die or anything, but we just fell out, and like that took a toll on me, because that was like a brother to me. You feel me? Like, so, school terrible, because I don't know what I want to do, and I hate waking up and having to go to class and not knowing what they talking about in there sometimes. And you know, them days hard, and I feel by myself, because I'm really am by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, my folks was out here in Memphis. I'm up in Murfreesboro by myself, which I just felt alone, right? And then we fast forward to, it's just me and my girl now, right? We broke up. It was like everything else just doom. You feel me? That was like the final straw. Y'all ever seen that scene on Lorax when he finally cut the last tree? It was like, well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So that's low-key how I felt. I ain't gonna lie. But that was most traumatic. And that made me realize, like, gotta lock in. That really helped me lock in. That is what, like, told me, like, all right, I gotta get for real. And then that's when I realized, like, God been here the whole time. He was waiting on me. You feel me? And it took all that for me to realize he was there. It took for all that to happen to me for me to realize. You know what I mean? But he was there the whole time, and I could have turned to him anytime, and I could have. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go through any of that. What else? After that, it was like, you feel kind of lonely. You feel kind of isolated. You know what I mean? You feel kind of like by yourself, which for a person who's already felt that way, I already felt that way. But now, the same person you talk to every day, you always know you can hit up, you can always talk to, you can always vent to, you can always, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you can laugh with, whatever. Now that person gone, now they make you realize, like, dang, I'm by myself. And then I found out I wasn't by myself, right? So, I'm gonna advise y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, don't let it get to that point where you, well, I ain't gonna say don't let it get to that point, but I feel like you shouldn't have to let it get to that point. You don't want to let it get to that point for you to realize that you need God and you need to lock in with Him. All right, so that's that on that. All right, so I think that might be all the questions. I could be wrong. I appreciate y'all for watching. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for, checking in on your boy. I don't know what the next video gonna be about, what the next episode gonna be about. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I don't really know what's in this video, because I really ain't started on nothing. But I ask that y'all like, subscribe. Anything else I need to say? I'm missing anything? Well, till next time, appreciate y'all for watching. I'll get over with you.